So I am connecting with my truest self, and I am allowing the expression of that truest self in the moment, even if it is just being here present as I pull the chicken apart and not thinking about 50,000 other things, or not thinking negative thoughts, or not getting caught up in feedback loops that have no real need to be in my head. And I think, again, a lot of the problem comes down to speed and rhythm. Just moving too fast at rhythms that aren't really conducive to our own health. If we just slow things down, and again, this is hard for a lot of people because we've never been taught how to do it. Like a lot of the exercises and techniques that I came up with were ways to simulate change, these change processes that we often don't think about. Like, oh, how do you slow down? When you think, you're like, well, how do you slow down? Okay, it can be, it's just rhythm. And then you find your own rhythm. You find your own rhythm in how you read things. You find your own rhythm in how you speak. You start to land on these words and you allow the fullest expression of that word. And so that's enough. That can be enough. I know that sounds weird, but that can be enough. If there's nothing else you can do about your situation, other than what you can do in the moment, it makes sense just to work on the moment. And with a little bit of practice, that moment can turn out to be quite magical, as can the lead up to the next moment and the next. Yeah, you're going to stumble, 100%. I saw that today. It's like, it really didn't take much to trip me up, but that's, I'm susceptible to that kind of thing. But even then, I just apply the energetic principles. And that is, okay, come back to neutral. All right, allow the system to settle. Okay, generate the right intention, which is creating like a field that I want to, that I can operate in. And that field is matching this moment. Okay, so I call it, using feelings as fuel. So yes, you may be feeling a certain way. Most of the time we get that mixed up with emotions because we're generating these emotions and they're not going anywhere. So they go back in on themselves. So we feel that energy. But there's a certain amount of tension. So I use that to kind of keep moving. But what I'm doing is I'm concentrating on, moving that energy in what I'm doing, but also recirculating that energy so it doesn't get ahead of itself.